Alright, and welcome back. This is Alice again with Alice through the Looking Glass with Okami. Now we just got the lily pad brush technique, so we should be able to go to Agata Forest. This part is a little bit annoying just because of you get towards to where you think you can get, and it's never far enough. So you're here, and you jump as. And I swear, and I will live by this until the day I die, I swear you swim a little bit faster when you're jumping through the water. I never confirmed it, but I swear it does. But how did the fairy get through this little hole? Like, they said that the fairy stopped running because the water line dropped. But like, how did it get through when the water line was full? That hole is so small. That's what she said. Anyway, so we finally made it here, and Agata Forest is not only inaccessible because there's no ferry, but it's also blocked off, which you need to explode to get through. But now we're here, and it's all cursed. So, the cursed zone expanded to the forest. I thought evil would shun areas with so much grass and trees. It must be some curse in the way the way it's changed the forest. There's a pretty easy way to get to the tree that you need to get to. You just jump down, and it's right there. Well, the cave to get to the tree is right here. The camera, whenever it locks like this and you're running through, because I can't change the camera direction right now, it always acts a little funky when you're running. Like it just can't handle how you run. I gotta say, those cutscenes will never not be pretty. That's an upgrade. And I got a lot of those. Get a couple upgrades. Well, one upgrade. And here is the rosary beads. This is kind of what I was talking about the ones that have a lot of reach, but don't do that much damage. A new divine instrument guarded by the guardian sapling, eh? Wow, Saki is gonna spoil you at this rate. Anyway, I'm gonna make your life a whole lot easier. These monsters are gonna try to get you any way they can, so you need to equip a good divine instrument in order and practice with it. But remember, there's more than simply equipping them. They can be equipped as a sub-weapon or a main weapon, like I was talking earlier about getting both reflectors as main and sub. The weapon's effect will differ depending on how it's equipped. You can even pull off some secret techniques with your sub-weapons. Even after your 100-year nap, you should remember that much, right? I know you're not too bright, but no sweat. No getting involved. I don't think that's what he said, but that's okay. Just try equipping that new divine instrument as your main weapon. I'm not gonna equip it as my main weapon because it's kind of trash, but I will equip it as my sub. Got the hang of it? Well, let me give you an example. You know that mirror of yours, which is the weapon on my back? It acts as a shield when equipped as a sub weapon. If you attack with it, press X. If you're under attack, press X to guard it. You should test it out on the monsters in the area. Oh, and one more thing. Remember what Saki has said, didn't you? Don't you? That the sacred tree of Kamiki Village will bear guardian fruit each time a guardian sapling is revived. Make sure to stop by Saki's tree whenever we return to Kamiki. Yep. So the nice thing about putting beads as your sub-weapon, and it doesn't really do much because it's pretty weak, but you can actually shoot some, they call it ink bullets, I think. But you can shoot some at your enemies. And it makes it kind of nice, but I don't really use it that much. And here is Waka, my favorite character. Hark, the call of the heavens, the earth, the sea. They summon me forth to defeat evil, which is not me. Waka, the god's gift to man, is here. Bonjour. I don't know why they made him French, but they did. Tao Master Waka, which is the guy that was supposed to be guarding Moon Cave. What's up with that guy? That crimson shading and the divine instrument on your back. You look kind of weird, but I reckon you pack a punch, baby. Hey, you think you're so special all the way up there, huh? Get down here and talk face to... Wait, did he say crimson shading? Can you see Ane's true form? Yes, he can. Stand on water. Use Jesus. And there's a sword. Hey, he drew a sword. Weak. This is how I get my point across. Unintended. The moment the curse started spreading across the magma, I saw a shadowy figure that removed the sacred sword, Tsukuyomi. I know I'm saying that wrong, but I'm gonna keep saying it like that. I'm probably different every time I say it. Flee into Kamiki and seal the entrance with a huge rock. You guys know anything about that? This guy gives me the creeps. You better keep your eye on him. I'm ready to fight, bro. Hey, Ami, you getting all worked up again? Magnifique. Wouldn't have it any other way. Now you shall get an earful of my beloved sword. When you say get an earful, that usually just means talking. I don't think I want your sword to talk to me. Anyway. Behold pillow talk. Name your name. Nice music. Let's rock, baby. Powers, the way he says baby all the time. Waka's actually pretty hard. You fight him twice, only twice, but you do still fight him, and he is still pretty tough. So any time that he goes down, I usually recommend using the power slash on him. Because of how much it takes off. Shoot. Come here. Oh, you big baby. Come on. I fell in the water again. Dang it. And there we go. It's been quite some time since I've tasted your power, Amaterasu. That's enough for now. Too late now. You're the one who picked the fight. It always throws me off whenever it's so slow when I start reading. Anyway. Hey, wait. You know this guy, Amy? Well, that was pretty tactless. Excusez-moi, baby. You see, I was looking to get into that curse zone that struck this area. Oh, I was looking into that curse zone. It consumed all in its path, even the light of the sun. It is the curse of Orochi, the legendary 8-headed serpent. Orochi? You mean the thing from the legend? Do not utter that name without reason. That alone could curse the weak of mind. Orochi was slain 100 years ago by Naga and Shiranui, and it's evil. It also throws me off whenever the sentence continues to the next thing. And its evil spirit was sealed away in the moon cave, which I guarded. You know, the cave in the middle of the lake over in Shinshu Field. But someone has gone and freed Orochi by removing Tsukuyomi. That beast's evil has cursed and has caused a curse stone to cover these lands. I never thought that the sacred sword could be so easily removed. Whoever did it waited until I was back at the capital. It seems things are afoot that I did not prophesy. That even I did not prophesize. We're way ahead of you, pretty boy. We've been busy dispelling the curse left and right. That Orochi is going to be minced meat when we're through with it. So you're the one who's been revived, who've revived the trees in this area. But a lot of time has passed since Orochi's return. You'd better pick up the pace, Machiuri. What? I'm sorry to say, our battle just now was a big disappointment, but you lost. You're not what you used to be, Amaterasu. You lost! You may have defeated Orochi a long time ago, but no one can dwell on the past glories. You have weakened greatly during your 100-year slumber. That's enough. Oh my god, his body is just freaking out. Now tell me about the shadowy figure you saw fleeing into Kamiki. How do we know it wasn't you? Relax, my little bouncing friend. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have a little prophecy for you. I can see into the future, you know. I foresee a log and big trees. I did a little dance. You know what I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about when the time comes. Anyway, I must be off. The work of the prophet is never done. Our Waka, baby. Bye! What a freak. Who the heck does he think he is? Hey, wake up, Ami. We got work to do. He's so mad. Well, at least I didn't lose any health. I guess that could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. Not even worse. Well, I am kind of improved. But he hits pretty hard. Like, when you run out of godhood, you better be careful, because he does actually pack a punch. There's a couple demon gates in these woods, but not a lot of them. There's only like, I think there's 2, maybe 3. I think there's 2. But this area, for the most part, is pretty clean. Oh, poor Ume. I thought he was, I wonder if he's okay. Oh, hello there, doggy. Are you all alone too? I'm Kukari. Pleased to meet you. Boy of the forest, Okami. What's this? It's my fishing pole. Actually, there's no fishing line hook on it right now. But there's a reason for that. My dog Ume and I were exploring a secret place the other day. An ancient building known as Suta. Suta ruins. We've never been able to get into the ruins until we found a key deep in the forest. But when we went in, we heard a horrible roar from deep within. I didn't waste my time getting out of there. I locked the entrance to the ruins and hightailed it home. I thought Ume had followed me, but he was nowhere to be found. I bet he's trapped back in those ruins. He must be crying, all scared and alone. If you know where he is, why don't you go rescue him? This is no time for fishing. Yes, well, there's a reason for that. You see, on my way home from the ruins, I fell near the water's edge and in went the key. I've tried my hardest to fish it back out, but I've lost all my lines and hooks. And now it's just this pole. So he won't stop crying. Even if you talk to him, he just won't shut up. So what you gotta do is hit him. Ouch. I'll cut that out. There's nothing I hate more than a crybaby. You were the one who left your dog in dangerous ruins. So you gotta do whatever it takes to get the key and go help him. But... Listen here, kid. Fishing's all about attitude. Attitude! There's nothing you can't fish with the right attitude. Fish, babes, or whatever. It all can be yours. You would know a lot about that, wouldn't you? Now go ahead. Act like you're having fun. We'll watch. We'll do a little bit more than watch, because I need to do it for him. Boy, this murky water sure gives me the creeps. People call it the deep abyss, because they can't see to the bottom. That's not why the water is so famous. Legend has it a humongous fish swallowed the moon's reflection on the surface of the water. No one knows the legend is true, but to this day the moon never rises in a god of forest. Give the fairy tales a rest, will you, kid? You're so gloomy. Think more positive. Have fun. Fun! Okay, Ami. Let's use a celestial brush of yours to help him out. There should be some fishing line on his pole, but there's not. Well, we could just make some by drawing a line to the pole of the fish, because that's how it works. I learned that technique. Did I actually get a bite? With no line? Careful now, kid. Don't pull with all your might, or you'll just wear yourself out. Just reel it in, nice and slow. So you gotta pull in the opposite direction that the fish is facing, and then you gotta press whatever button comes up. It is random with every button, but it's always the A, B, X, or Y. And then you slash it. When you slash it, you catch it. I caught a killifish. Let's go. Yeah, I got it. Oh, did I actually get a bite? No, I got a bite. Lobster. No, that was our crawfish. Digging. Oh, did I actually get a bite? You ask that every time. I would stop being surprised after the first one. You caught giant salmon. There's a total of 3 fishing segments that you need to do in this game. The first one, for the biggest fish, you only need to slash it once. The second one, you need to slash at the biggest fish twice, and then the third one, of course, you have to slash it 3 times. It's a little annoying, but that's how it is. And they are required. They are required to play the game. I caught the salmon, yay! Wow, that's a big one. Hey! That's the ruins key. Popped right out. Popped right out of the mouth of that big old fish. Now I can go save Umi over at the ruins. I'm gonna go all the way in this time. No running away from me now. He'll die. So I'm gonna take that. Hey, give that back. Good move, Ami. We can't have the kid getting hurt on your watch. Well, what are we waiting for? We got a lost dog to find in Suta ruins. Yeah. If you actually stick around, he'll hit you, and he'll drop the key. So you gotta, like, kind of leave immediately. But before we go in the ruins, there's actually a guy that I want to go talk to. I don't think I really have enough, because I haven't really been doing a whole lot of fights. But the guy that takes demon fangs, or the first one anyways, is in this forest. So I'm gonna go find him real quick, and there's one of the demon gates. Oh, this is Susanna. Bye. Should be up here. Yep, there he is. Oh! How funny, I don't think I've seen a white wolf before. What's your name? What? Come on, tell me your name. You may only be a wolf, but manners are manners. The name's Izu. This furball here is Amaterasu. It's a bit of a mouthful. Let's call you Chalky, shall we? You demanded my name! As for me, I'm the infamous Fang Trader. Yes, I'm the Great Kaiba. Is that Okami? You have blue eyes, white dragon. Smooth bit. Anyway. Leftovers raid. You know what you get after you defeat a monster. I'm talking about demon fangs. Demon fangs? I already know about them because I have them. All you do is tan those monsters' hides, and they'll drop a fang just before they disappear. The aristocrat love them and have them as a symbol of power. They'll pay any price. So then, Chalky, do you got any other money? Yes, I do. Naturally, I don't expect to give you to give them to me for free. I, the Great Kaiba, have collected treasures from a knife hunt. Now we can do a swap. Yep. So this is the golden cat that I was talking about. I don't have quite enough to get the peace spell. The peace spell is kind of nice because then if you're running through somewhere, you don't have to worry about the demon scrolls chasing after you. It makes them stay in place. And you can still go fight the demon scrolls, of course, but the lucky cat, it's the nicest. Oh, shoot. Didn't want to do that. But I do want to go here. You go to your equipment, and you equip the lucky cat as one of your holy artifacts. So I'm gonna go instigate a battle with a demon scroll, the next one. Actually, there's a demon gate that I can go fight. As soon as I go in the demon gate, I'll show you what I mean as far as the lucky cat brings any of the treasures to. Alright, so I'm gonna run all the way over here. All of his items just got sucked over. So it makes it really nice whenever you're going through one of these battles, you don't have to remember to run over to where the guy died. But also, you won't have to worry about the items disappearing before you can get them. Because a lot of the items, like the ink pots or any of the health restores or anything like that, those will disappear if you're not fast. There we go. So, demon get down. And in case you haven't noticed, there are these spots that look like rock, and then you can see like there's a thing sticking out to get a thing, a treasure chest. You can't actually dig here yet. You have to buy the digging champ, which is at the second dojo. It's not entirely worth it, though, if you're not going through collecting the stray beads, because you do need it in order to collect the stray beads, but it's not super worth it. If you have extra money that you don't really need to do anything with, like if you already bought all your upgrades and everything and you kind of want to get it, it's fine. Like that, you know, it can help you out every once in a while, give you a little bit of praise or something, but, I mean, Nobody's entered these ruins for ages, right? Just think about it. There could be fabulous treasure hoarded, a fabulous treasure hoard in there. But enough talk, let's start moving. Okay. But enough talk, let's fight. Well, this area introduces one of the worst villains, I suppose? Yeah, he's a villain. He's a bad guy. And there's really only two of them that you need to do, that you need to defeat. We're not going to see him for a minute, but you can see the back of them if you go to a certain spot, but I'm not going to bother too much with it. That's a pretty odd-shaped statue. Look at that moss. It's been here for ages. What's up with this weird water? I don't think you want to go jumping in there for a while. How about drawing some lily pads so we could check it out? No, because the lily pads will disintegrate. But there are a couple things, like the tree over here. You can, but that's another thing. It also pulls over the fruit to you, so my pouch will fill up faster. But one thing you can do is if you jump at the right time, you can actually reach that platform without needing to... I don't know, I might have to wait. But you can reach the platform without needing to clear the water first. I'm gonna try one more time. If I don't get it, I'll just give up. Oh, I got it! Just barely. It's a lot easier jumping back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Because you don't hit the tree. But this platform over here is much easier to get to. I don't use a lot of exorcism slips. They do damage to any of the villains in the battles that you fight in. Like any of them. Like well, let me rephrase that. I've never used it in a boss battle. I don't actually know if it works in a boss battle, but I don't really care to use them. I don't know. I just don't find them to be very much use. The biggest thing that they are useful for, though, and it's definitely worth buying if you're doing these, is the Demon's Gate trials. If you do go do those trials to get the stray beads or anything like that, I would recommend grabbing some of them. Preferably the largest exorcism ones to commit the most damage. But they help a lot of those. Outside of those, they don't really do it for you. Kind of the same thing with these. They got the steel one, and I can't remember what the other one's called. But they're both different types of, two different types of sake. One of them increases your defense for a short amount of time, and the other one increases your attack for a short amount of time. Come on, see, thank you. Throw it at me. Yeah. A circle, but that's fine. We're not trying to protect ourselves from sea bears. Oh no! Not the water. Oh, at least made him see me. Whoop! Almost fell off there. Wah! Almost did it again. Alright. I like these little things. I like little presents. Another thing that you can do if you're just going through a casual playthrough and you don't really want to read any of the text, at least for the Switch version, you can hold the X button and it'll automatically scroll through the text for you at the fastest speed if it's skippable text. It's so terrible at drawing circles. What was that? There we go. Steel. Steel fist. Okay. So the one of them is steel soul, and the other one's steel fist. So we'll go steel fist. They don't actually take damage until they go down. Come here. Like this. But these guys are even more special than the other guys that you run into that are similar like this. You have to use your bloom on them to open up their bud. then you can attack the butt. And after you do that, they go down decently easy. They aren't actually affected by the technique that I did with the other demons, where if they're in their death technique, you can slash them and get some demon pains. They aren't affected by those. So that's no point. It's a miracle. Turn from stone to water. I guess one thing I do have a little bit of a complaint about the Switch version is how slow the camera turns. I mean, I feel like I could probably turn up the sensitivity, but eh. Come on. Those things are so hard to navigate. Alright, let's see. Slash these guys. And you guys. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Let's take two of them. Yay! Hey, guys. They're not that hard, it's just... they kind of suck sometimes. Those things, when I shoot those at you, you shoot them back at me, but I'll knock them down immediately. She's doing it too. With mushrooms on it. It actually, when the first time I went through to play with this, it took me a while. I mean, you can go up and examine it, of course. So, wow, get a load of these mushrooms. Kind of feel sorry for them and gloomy, though, and the little sunshine perk them up. You could do that. But, like, no one likes to go examine things in this game. So it took me a really long time to figure out that I needed to draw a dang circle up here. But another thing, mushrooms don't usually thrive in sunshine. They usually thrive in cold, dark places. So this doesn't make any sense. But that's how it works. Whatever. Giant mushrooms is the way. Actually to the area that has the worst enemy ever. Okami, hold on a second. My nose felt itchy ever since those huge mushrooms back there. Achoo! Dang it. And for some reason, that made everything just start breaking. Like, Izune must have, like, the strongest sneeze ever. As far as I know, he's not dead. Ah! There we go. Here's the area. Alright, so... there he is. This is the worst enemy ever. Gaha and Blackhead, guardian of this place so that all shall pass. What? Or wait, make that none shall pass. There you go. Do you really think that you can penetrate my airtight defense? Ha! Impossible. Nothing can harm this body of mine. Of course there are weak points in mine. A clean blow there would slay me in an instant. But I wouldn't be a fool enough to expose such weakness. Now be on your way. None shall pass. None shall not pass. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to tackle this guy. And he shows you those 2 weak points. But not only do you have to draw those weak points, you also have to draw them in order. So I had to draw the right side first, and then I had to draw the left side. That took me so long to figure out, because they don't tell you. No one ever tells you. But that's how you do it. And the reason why this guy sucks, and he's not bad this first time, obviously, but there's only one other time that you have to see him. There's a third time that you have to see him if you're going through the straight beats, but there's only 2 that you are required to for the main story. But the reason why he sucks is because of the second time that you meet him. He has... I can't quite remember if it's 5 or 6, but there's 5 or 6 points that you have to do in order and in the right spots. It's terrible. Oh my god, that one just made me so mad because I spent so long on it before I got to figure out that it was in order. But the thing I do, and I don't care if it's counted as cheating or not, I take pictures. I use my phone and I take a whole bunch of pictures of the guy while he's showing his weak points so that way I can do it in order and know where all the points are. Because my memory's not that great. I got a pretty good long-term memory, but my short-term memory is pretty terrible. So I forget. I'll get maybe the first and, like, the last ones, but I'll forget, like, every single other one that's shown. So I have to take pictures or else I won't be able to get it. I guarantee. This demon scroll is very aggressive. They go for you. Even if you're at the furthest point of the room, no matter where you are, they will go for you. So it's usually just better, unless you have the peace spell, which actually does affect those demon scrolls, to just fight it. Just take care of it. It's like a smaller version of the demon gates, because they have less villains, but they have more villains than the regular demon scroll. Accidentally slash this guy and then ruin my chance to get a demon mate. There we go. Alright. Next. Then you get to this bridge and you kind of forgot, or at least I did the first few times I played through this, that you have the rejuvenation ability. And ta-da! Because by this point in the game, you haven't needed it. At all. So then all of a sudden they're just like, eh, you remember that ability you got at the very beginning? Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that in here. Just a few Demon's Gates. Total of 3. At least with the regular Demon's Gates, they're not nearly as bad as the Demon Gate trials. And the difference between the two is how much weaker you and your Divine Instrument are. Like, your hits do almost nothing, even to a regular enemy. But it just sucks. But the worst part, I think, is when you go and you fight, I don't know what their in-game names are. But they're these really big, like, bird guys that can turn into, like, what looks like a warrior. And when they turn into their warrior form, they're like they can't take damage. They just have to send it, text them. Oh yes, I can. Yeah. But they are the worst in the demon game trials because of how often they are able to go to their human form or warrior form or whatever you want to call it, and you can't do anything. Like there's, as far as I can tell, there are no brush techniques or anything that you can do or spots that you can hit them that actually make them take damage. You just have to wait. You have to avoid them and you have to wait until they turn back to their regular forms. And those are the worst to deal with during the demon game trials. But at least with the regular ones, not lower attack. Even when you use the one's Sake the Fist or whatever it was called, it still just doesn't do it. But like I said, those trials really aren't that bad. It's more of an endurance challenge than anything. But once you get through it, you feel a big sense of relief. Or at least I did. I'm so glad we're not surprised. Oh boy, more mushrooms. Oh, I probably have enough praise to actually get something. Now let's do my money. And we got giant mushrooms again. Here's another thing that they're not very clear about what you're supposed to do, but after you realize what you're supposed to do, it's kind of obvious. You're supposed to headbutt those pods that are spilling poison into the water, which, really thinking about it, makes sense. But they don't explain that. So if you're going through and you just don't think about it, what would make you actually think to headbutt those? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Oh no! Oh no! Not in the water. God, hit it. Thank you. No! There. Isn't this supposed to be good? Like, isn't what just happened, like, supposed to be a good thing? But they sound so ominous. They do that with a couple different parts here. By the way, this treasure chest, which we're way deep into the ruins at this point. Looks like the poison was polluting all this water. I completely cleared up. That's a great place for a swim. There's even a waterfall. Better be loads of fun to go straight down it. What I meant was a playful dog like Ume might do that. I haven't forgotten what we're looking for, have you? And of course, I haven't given up on hunting down some treasure either. This treasure chest though. That one, and we're deep within the ruins, keep in mind. That's a map of the ruins. I don't need that. Like, I've already gone through most of them, and I'm like in the middle of them. I'm almost done with the ruins. Why would I need that? Alright. That is not a circle. That's a circle. I'm so bad at drawing circles. I think I'll go through this next part, and then I'll probably end the video. But this area is pretty quick to deal with. It's literally just this. It's just drawing in these things. There's like 3 of them. Just like the devil's days in the other area. it gives you 30 praise from this area, so that's kind of nice. Maybe it's more. I don't know. Whoop. There we go. There we go. Where am I going? Oh my god. Camera angles are not the best with this area. Hello. No, it's upgrade. It's even prettier. Oh look, a constellation. Hey look, that light. There's a constellation here too. What? It's like I almost knew. By the way, constellations are very lax with where the stars are. I'm gonna draw one out here. It worked! It's not touching the line at all, but it worked. What an entrance. Whatcha? Matarazzo. Origin of all that is good to mother to us all. I am the Sutagami. The last of the... oh my god, this word. Triumvirate of Hagami floor gods. We humbly have awaited your glorious return for 100 years. May the fresh spring growth bloom from your white snow form. Snow White form. Bring new life to the land that suffers under Eve. That was Sutagami, the third and the final of the god of Flora. He's a god that can make vines do his bidding. One folktale tells that Sutagami used that power to tie vines to his body that he could fly through the air. Hey, that's a Kohana blossom and the flower of the gods over there. Try making the vine sprout out and sprout right out of it. So you need to draw a line from the flower to yourself, and it brings you to the flower. Perfect! Wow, it sure is handy to have a god around. You could draw vines when the Kohana blossom is open. Let's look around and see if there are any others blooming. But. I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode there. I think it's been long enough. 48 minutes. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'm probably gonna get to go ahead and continue on immediately, but I will see you guys in the next episode. Please feel free to leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, because I am gonna keep uploading. Thanks for your support. Bye, guys.